With the coronavirus, rumors have run rampant on social media. I spoke with Dr. Vijay Binding-Navale about some of the rumors we've spotted and heard about in our newsroom. Dr. Vijay, let's start with rumor control this morning. We've heard lots of them, of course. First of all, probably one of the bigger ones was some people were saying online on social media that this was an engineered virus aimed at terrorizing the United States.
You know, there's no proof that that's true. While various countries do work on these things, we really don't know. Certainly what we do know, that viruses very similar to this have been found in wild populations of an animal called a pangolin, which is this is a very endangered animal species that is actually quite a delicacy for various reasons in parts of China and Vietnam. So there's no proof that it's bioengineered, and certainly there's some proof that close relatives of this virus do naturally occur. So at this point, we need to go with the fact that it's most likely a naturally occurring virus that has mutated.
And we talked about this earlier, the fact that it went from the pangolin to bats and that mutated it to a form which affected humans.
Yeah, that's right. You know, the thing is, anytime a new virus or a new illness starts that affects humans, it's quite dangerous because we as a species don't have any memory of it, and our immune system has never seen it before. You know, this has gone in multiple times through human history. Fairly common things are, if you look at smallpox and what happened here in the Americas, the whole population of the native peoples in North and South America hadn't seen smallpox, hadn't seen various other illnesses that devastated the populations. Now you look at it, and you look at it as humanity as a whole. We're coming into contact with viruses and bacteria that we never did before because they were in very inhospitable jungles or inhospitable areas of Earth that we are now going to as we simply populate the whole of the Earth. So as we come across these new illnesses, there's a likelihood that this kind of thing can happen. And unfortunately, this time it has, and it has caused a disaster, of large proportions for the whole world. So I think that's the issue, that these are just small illnesses. It's happened before in human history, and it may happen again. We just have to be more aware of it and have protections put into place such that when it does occur, we can control it better.
Okay, there's another rumor that I remember popping up was that warm, moist weather might inhibit the contamination of the coronavirus.
That's felt to be true because what we do know is the virus does not last as long on surfaces when it's warmer. And we know relatives of this coronavirus that causes COVID-19, so there's many other coronaviruses that we do know of. Those other relatives don't tend to do so well in warm, humid weather either. So we're hoping this is true and that it turns into practice and in practicality that once the warm weather comes, this will go away. It also happens in other illnesses such as things like the flu and rhinovirus and other viruses that show this seasonal variation. So it's not been proven, but we feel pretty well that it will happen.
Now, hearing that people survive this illness, their blood becomes super blood that might help in the development of a treatment or a cure.
There's no super blood. Anytime you get over an infection, you get over it because your body has made antibodies to kill whatever it could be, whether it's a virus or a bacteria or a fungus or a protein, whatever it is, you are now immune to it because your body makes an antibody to it. So that's true. So if you get over coronavirus, or this current coronavirus, that your body will have antibodies to it. You could use their blood to collect the antibodies, but a much better way, obviously, would be to make a vaccine so that we can give it to people and everybody would make their own antibodies to the coronavirus, this current one. So the hope would be that a vaccine comes out soon. Until then, could you use antibodies collected from other humans? You You could generate antibodies, but that's not as efficient as generating a vaccine.
One last rumor here that we heard about was people are saying that this is just the first wave of this illness and it will hit again in the fall. Is any credibility to that?
Yeah, there's no way to predict. There's no such thing as knowing the future before it happens. What we do know is once certain viruses take hold, then there is a seasonal variation, just like the flu. The flu is a classic thing. It kind of dies down in the summer and comes up again as the cold weather comes in. And as the cold weather goes away, it goes away. So there's various theories as to why there is that seasonal variation. And certainly it's there in many other viruses. So if this persists, then there's a chance it too could have a seasonal variation. But once we as a group of humanity, the world over, the whole globe, develops a little bit of herd immunity to it, then it won't cause this kind of issue, even if it does come back. But at this point, there's no proof that it's going to do that.
Great talking to you. Thanks for all the information.
Yes, sir. My pleasure. Thank you very much. You have a good day.
And The Doctor Is In segment airs each Sunday morning at this time.